Good day everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about the top 5 best gun builds under 30k to use in any mode and TV station. This video is mainly for low storage value players and beginners. This video is also for players who want to use a budget gear set to save money and maximize their profits. I highly recommend that beginners and low storage value players play on normal and lockdown instead of forbidden. If your storage value is under 10 million, you need to minimize your losses. Lockdown is the best way to keep your money safe while you learn the game and master your strategies. The TV station map is the smallest map in the game. This map is among the hardest map in the game due to confusing sound and indicators. The rats in requires high close combat skill. The map feels like a maze and has a lot of angles to watch out for. In this map, ergonomics, fire rate, and hipfire matters the most. So, these are the top 5 budget guns which are suitable and performs well in TV station. But before we begin, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more Arena Breakout videos like this. Now let's go back to the video. Number 5. The FAL for under 30,000. Usually, this weapon is just for rich players, but today, we are making a budget monster. Let's break down the 3 pros and 3 cons of this cheap FAL build so you can start destroying lobbies on a budget. First, let's talk about why this budget build is absolutely amazing. Pro number 1 is cheap ammo options. You do not always need to buy the most expensive bullets. By using Tier 3 BPZ and Tier 4 M80 ammo, you save a ton of money. Because the FAL hits so hard naturally, these cheaper bullets will still easily punch through most budget armors and drop players fast. Pro number 2 is the fire rate. A lot of people think this heavy gun shoots slow, maybe under 500 rounds per minute. But it actually shoots at a blistering 600 rounds per minute. For a gun that shoots massive 7.62 bullets, this speed is absolutely crazy. Pro number 3 is good base accuracy. Even without expensive laser sights and heavy barrels, the FAL naturally shoots very straight on single fire mode. If you tap the trigger from medium distance, your bullets will hit exactly where you aim. But hold on. Building a legendary gun for under 30,000 comes with a serious price. Let's look at the cons. Con number 1 is massive, high recoil. Because we are using cheap, basic stocks and front grips to save money, the gun is going to kick like a wild horse on full auto. You have to drag down hard on your screen if you spray this weapon. Con number 2 is that the price can easily exceed 30k if you are not careful. The base gun might be cheap, but if you accidentally buy a fancy scope, or decide to grab a 30-round magazine instead of the standard 20, your budget is instantly destroyed. You must be very disciplined in the gunsmith. Finally, con number 3 is low ergonomics. A cheap FAL is very heavy and awkward to handle. Your character will take longer to aim down the sights, and your arm stamina will drain incredibly fast while you are holding an angle and shooting. Overall, a 30k FAL is a high-skill, high-reward challenge. If you use strong ammo, tap fire for better accuracy, and control that crazy recoil, you will melt fully geared players. What do you think? Can you handle the kick of a budget FAL? Let me know in the comments below. Number 4, the 30k MP5K. We all know the standard MP5 is good, but its big brother MP5K is actually better and more terrifying on the battlefield. Let's break down the 3 pros and 3 cons of this tiny beast so you can start winning fights today. First, let's talk about why this weapon is secretly amazing. Pro number 1 is decent recoil control. When you buy cheap submachine guns, they usually jump all over your screen, making it impossible to aim. But the MP5K stays incredibly stable. Even with basic budget attachments, you can easily pull down on your screen and keep your crosshair locked directly on your enemy. Pro number 2 is the fire rate. This tiny gun shoots at an insane 900 rounds per minute. That is incredibly fast. In close quarters combat, whoever shoots the most bullets usually wins. Because this gun shoots so fast, you will completely melt your opponents before they even know what hit them. Pro number 3 is good ergonomics. Because the MP5K is so small and light, your character can move very fast. You can aim down your sights almost instantly, and your arm stamina will barely drop while holding an angle. This makes it the perfect weapon for aggressive players who love to push into buildings and surprise the enemy. But wait, we have to talk about the downsides. Building a cheap gun is tricky. Let's look at the cons. Con number 1 is expensive ammo. To make this gun actually kill heavily armored players, you need high-tier 9mm bullets or dum-dum rounds. Because the gun shoots so incredibly fast, you will burn through that expensive ammo in a matter of seconds, quickly draining your ammo and wallet. Con number 2 is low accuracy. While the recoil is easy to control, the bullets themselves tend to spread out randomly. The base accuracy stat is simply not great. This means if you are trying to shoot someone in the head from down the hall, some of your bullets will miss the target entirely by pure bad luck. Finally, con number 3 is short range. The MP5K is literally just a pocket gun. It is only effective at very close distances. If you try to fight a player in a long and wide open area, your bullets will do almost zero damage. You must force your enemies to fight you inside tight rooms and hallways. Overall, the 30K MP5K is a fantastic, highly mobile weapon for close quarters maps, as long as you can afford to buy the good bullets. What do you think? Will you try this pocket rocket in your next raid? Let me know in the comments. Number 3, the AKM. Everyone loves a good AK. But did you know you can build a highly dangerous one for under 30,000 kun? If you are tired of losing all your money on expensive assault rifles, this budget build is for you. Let's break down the 3 pros and 3 cons of the 30K AKM so you can start winning your raids today. First, let's talk about the good stuff. Why is this cheap gun so strong? Pro number 1 is good recoil control. Normally, heavy assault rifles kick really hard. But if you put on a cheap wooden grip and a basic muzzle brake, the recoil on the AKM becomes very easy to manage. You can hold down the trigger, pull down on your screen, and keep your crosshair right on the enemy's chest. Pro number 2 is the fire rate. The AKM shoots at exactly 600 rounds per minute. Now, this is not the fastest gun in the game, but that is actually a great thing. A fire rate of 600 makes the gun feel very smooth. It gives you time to adjust your aim while you are shooting, and it stops you from wasting all your expensive bullets in 1 second. Pro number 3 is powerful ammo. The AKM shoots large 7.62 bullets. These bullets hit incredibly hard. Even if you buy cheaper Tier 3 and Tier 4 ammo to save money, it will still destroy enemy armor very fast. You do not need to shoot them 10 times, just a few good hits will do the job. But wait, this is a budget gun. It is not perfect. Let's look at the cons. Con number 1 is low ergonomics. Because we are using cheap, heavy parts, the gun is very slow to handle. Your character will take a long time to aim down the sights. Also, your arm stamina will go down very fast if you aim for too long. Con number 2 is low accuracy. The base accuracy of a cheap AKM is just not good. If you try to shoot someone from very far away across an open area, your bullets will fly off target and miss. You need to use this gun at close and medium distances only. Finally, con number 3 is unreliable hipfire. If an enemy surprises you and you shoot without aiming down their sights, the bullets will go everywhere. You will probably miss completely. You must remember to always aim down your sights before you shoot. Overall, the 30K AKM is a heavy hitter. It is a little slow, but if you fight at medium range and aim down your sights, those powerful bullets will do all the heavy lifting. What do you think? Are you an AKM fan? Let me know in the comments below. Number 2, the M4A1 for under 30,000. Everyone knows an expensive M4 is a perfect weapon, but can a cheap version still win your matches? Let's break down the 3 pros and 3 cons of this budget 30K M4A1 so you can dominate your next raid. First, let's talk about the good stuff. Why is this cheap build actually amazing? Pro number 1 is good accuracy. The M4A1 base is famous for shooting straight. Even when you use cheap, basic barrels and simple red dot sights, the bullets still go exactly where you want them to at medium range. You do not have to worry about your shots randomly flying off target. Pro number 2 is the crazy fire rate. The M4A1 shoots at a blazing 800 rounds per minute. This speed is incredible for an assault rifle. If you push into a room, this fast fire rate lets you absolutely melt your enemies before they even have a chance to shoot back. Pro number 3 is good ammo. This gun fires 5.56 caliber bullets, which are pretty decent in Arena Breakout. Even if you are on a tight budget, you have access to strong bullets that will easily pierce through enemy armor and do decent damage. The high-quality ammo carries the weapon. But hold on, you cannot build a legendary gun for cheap without making some sacrifices. Let's look at the cons. Con number 1 is low ergonomics. Because we have to use heavy, cheap handguards and basic stocks to save money, the gun becomes very slow and heavy. Your character will take a long time to aim down the sights, and your arm stamina will drop fast if you aim and shoot for too long. Con number 2 is weak recoil control. To keep the price under 30,000 kun, we cannot use expensive front grips or top-tier muzzles. Because of this, the gun is going to bounce around a lot when you hold down the trigger. You will need to pull down hard on your screen to control the heavy recoil kick. Finally, con number 3 is unreliable hipfire. If an enemy surprises you in a close hallway and you start shooting without aiming down your sights, the bullet spread will be huge. You will probably miss most of your shots. You must train yourself to always aim down your sights first. Overall, the 30K M4A1 is an amazing budget rifle. It shoots fast and hits hard enough, as long as you remember to aim down your sights and fight that heavy recoil. What do you think? Are you ready to try this budget M4 build? Let me know in the comments below. Number 1, the Groza. Normally, this weapon can be tricky to manage, but today we are building a deadly Groza for under 30,000. This compact assault rifle can be the ultimate budget king for close quarters combat in TV station. Let's break down the 3 pros and 3 cons of the 30K Groza so you can dominate your next raid. First, let's talk about the pros and why this gun feels so incredibly good to use. Pro number 1 is good ergonomics. Because the Groza is a bullpup design, it is very short and very light. This means your character can move incredibly fast. You can aim down your sights fast and for a long period of time, and your gun is small enough to make you move faster and lighter when you are fighting inside tight buildings or small rooms. Pro number 2 is the fire rate. This little beast shoots at 720 rounds per minute. In close-range fights, you need to put bullets into your enemy as fast as possible. With a fire rate of 730, the Groza easily outguns most standard assault rifles in the game. Pro number 3 is good ammo. The Groza uses special 9x39mm bullets. This ammo is absolutely incredible. It naturally does a massive amount of damage and easily cuts right through enemy armor. If you hit your shots, your enemies will drop almost instantly. But wait, this budget build comes with some serious hidden traps. let's talk about the cons. Con number 1 is short range. The Groza is not a sniper rifle. The special bullets it shoots are very heavy and travel slowly, so they drop down quickly over long distances. If you try to fight players across a large open map, you will miss your targets. You must stay inside buildings and force close-range fights. Con number 2 is weak recoil control. Because this gun shoots very fast and uses heavy bullets, the recoil kicks very hard. If you hold down the trigger, your screen will jump around a lot. You have to pull down hard with your finger to control the spray. Finally, con number 3 is expensive magazines and ammo. Here is the big trap. The gun itself is very cheap to buy, but the special 30-round magazines and the premium bullets are very expensive. Even if you stay under 30K for the gun, you might go broke just trying to keep it loaded. So, what is the final verdict? The 30K Groza is a close-quarters monster with top-tier ammo and speed, but you have to manage your money carefully so you do not go broke buying bullets. What do you think? Will you run the Groza today? Let me know in the comments. That is all about the top 5 guns for TV stations. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more Arena Breakout guides. Peace out.